ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। शांति मंत्र. Okay, Shanti for Shanti Mantra. That's good. Om Bhadram Karnebihi.
Om Bhadram Karnebihi.
Om Bhadram Karnebihi.
Om Bhadram Karnebihi.
Shrunuyama Devaha.
Shrunuyama Devaha.
Shrunuyama Devaha.
Shrunuyama Devaha.
Bhadram Pashyema.
Bhadram Pashyema.
Okay, who is spotlighted? I'm not able to see them.
Hari.
Hari. Om Bhadram Karnebihi.
Om Bhadram Karnebihi.
Shrunuyama Devaha.
Shrunuyama Devaha.
Bhadram Pashyema.
Bhadram Pashyema.
Akshabhirya Jatraha.
Akshabir Yajatraha.
Sthirairangaihi.
Tirairangai.
Tushtuvagum Sastanubhihi.
Tuštuvaham sastanupihi.
Vyashermadhevahitam yadayuhu.
Vishema yatad
Vyashema
Vishema
devahitam
devahitam
yadayuhu.
yadayuhu.
Swasti na indro
Swasti na indro
vruddhashravaha.
vruddhasravaha.
Swasti na pusha
Swasti na pusha
vishvavedaha.
Vishvavedaha.
Swasti nastarksho
Swasti nastarshyo
arishthanemihi.
arishthanemihi.
Swasti no brihaspatihi.
Swasti no brihaspatihi.
Dadhatu.
Tatu.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Okay. Yeah, Satish. Athashvalayanaha.
अथ आश्वलायनः
Bhagavantam Parameshtinam.
भगवन्तं परमेष्ठिनम्
Upasametyo vacha.
उपसमेप्योवाच
Adhihi Bhagavan.
अधिः भगवन्
Brahma Vidyam Varishtham.
ब्रह्मविद्यां वरिष्ठां
सदा सद्भिः
सदा सद्भिः
सेव्यमानां निगूढाम्
सेव्यमानां निगूढां
यया चिरात्
यया चिरात्
सर्वपापं व्यपोह्य
सर्वपापं व्यपोह्य
परात् परं पुरुषम्
परात् परं पुरुषं
याति विद्वान्.
याति विद्वान्.
Yeah. So we saw the first mantra, we began to see it, understand it, where the student Ashvalayanaha, who himself is a Maharshi, he is a Rishi, because he has mastered the Vedas. And that kind of a prepared person is coming and asking a question. Atha, he realized one thing, this karma has no end. Karma has a meaningful purpose. Karma is meaningful. Action is meaningful. Life led performing duties to oneself, one's family, and one's society is very useful. What is the usefulness? Hey, the usefulness is I get what is called antakarana shuddhi. Antakarana shuddhi means I am mature enough to appreciate the usefulness of karma and limitations of karma. Karma is very useful. Dharma, artha, and karma only karma can give. But then there is something called moksha, which it can't give. But to prepare myself to understand and come to that point, that karma only can give. That much he understood. That is what is atha. We saw that. Okay. Then approached Brahmaji, Parameshtinam, Bhagavantam. Hey, Adihi, please teach me. Hey, Bhagavan, please teach me. Bhagavan or Bhagavo. Please teach me Brahma Vidya. Please just asking straightforward question. I've come here only for Brahma Vidya, and which is Varishtham Sada Sadbihi Sevyamanam. We saw Sevyamanam. So two ways you can look at this Sadbihi. That Vidya which is pursued by people who are mature, Sadbihi Sevyamanam. People who are mature like me, means like he didn't say like me, but means I people who have understood the limitations of karma, people who have that antakarana shuddhi, people who are adhikaris, Devyamana sada, because they are committed to this. So always in the mind it is there, and in the back of the mind is there, comes to the foreground. Then I have to do my duties, etc. Even then I have not forgotten what my goal is, and then Devyamana, or you can say Sadbihi means Mahapurushehi, wise people, Jnanibihi. Jnanibihi. People who already know this, people who know this Vidya, they are thorough. They are the ones who are passing on the tradition from Sadashiva Samarambham, Shankaracharya Madhyamam, those people who are Sadasevimanana, because they are now identical with Brahman. They know it all. They know it all. They won't keep telling. They won't put a board outside their house or something saying, here, Jnani lives here. They'll say, dog, beware of dog, beware of dog. In India, they have all these things. Beware of dog. And means what? Beware of dog means be careful. Don't just open the gate like that and come. You have to ring the bell or something. We'll come and escort you. Otherwise, this dog is a bulldog. So they will say. But like that, you can't put Jnani lives here. Jnani has no interest in doing all that stuff. And so, but then they are the ones who know Brahma, they live it, they teach it, even if they don't teach it, it's all right. And so Sevyamananam. All right. Then Nigudham. I think that's where we stopped. We have to resume from Nigudham, right? I hope I'm right, no? Somebody also at least has to say no. Otherwise, you also don't know. I also don't know. Let's start somewhere. Kuch na kuch karenge. 1 hour we have to spend time. You also have time. I also have time. So, Vigudam, good, good, dhatu, secret. So, not good. अपना हिंदी में good बोलते हैं. Not that kind of good. This is secret. Brahma Vidya, which is a secret, this Ashwalayana says, his adjective it is. Okay. So, so this is where our study of Upanishads and Bhagavad Gita and all helps. Okay. And in Bhagavad Gita, we have Ascharyavat Pashyati Kaschideenam. So, somebody looks at this Brahma Vidya as wonder. Means, what are you studying? Bhagavad Gita. Oh, ah, wow. Because I don't know anything about Bhagavad Gita. What can you say? If somebody says they're studying Bhagavad Gita, or you tell them, and if they don't know much about it, then they will only have to keep quiet. But they know something, there is something about it. And now I can't. You've been studying, I have never studied. So better not to say anything. Keep your mouth shut. And so, Ascharyavat Pashyati Kaschidenam, like that. And then towards the end, he says, Shrutvapienam Vedana Kaiva Chaiva Kaschit. Second chapter, Bhagavad Gita, 28 or something like that. Shrutvapienam, even after having been told this, still the person is looking at with a wonder. Wow. After बोलने के बाद भी कुछ नहीं हुआ. So it takes while, for the thing to happen. And so that is why it is a secret. Why is it like that? Why is Brahma Vidya like that? God is so, he wants us to suffer, I think. No, God doesn't want us to suffer. Hey, our sense organs and mind is the only, those are the only instruments through which we perceive the world. We know whatever we know, it is only through these sense organs. So Kathopanishad, Paranchikani 2.1.1 we studied. Hey, they are extremely good. These sense organs and mind and buddhi, fantastic instrument they are. They can figure out how this whole world, they can develop sciences, and then they can use it to improve the lives of human beings, and they can even send rockets to moon. Anything they can do. They're even trying to figure out black holes and all that. And so they're probing into outer space, everything this mind can do. Outer space, they're probing. What about inner space? Outer space. Inner space, matlab, haham. What about the self? Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. Paranchikani Vyatrinat Swayambhuhu, we saw the other day in Kathopanishad. Swayambhu, this God is such a person. Paranchikani, he created all these sense organs which are all outward focused. They're all focusing outward. You can get a lot of data from out there, lot of data. Then you can process it and all that. That ability he has given. But inward looking, there is no sense organ at all. There is no organ. Finally, only the buddhi is available. And so that is why this Atma business is nobody's life. Atma is a topic at all. Atma can never be a topic. It can never be a dinner conversation. Let's sit around the table. Let's talk about today's topic is Brahman. Today's topic is Mahavakyam. Like that, I don't think there is any discussion uh, with, with children and all that. That's what he's saying here. Nigudham. It is secret. And because people are withholding their teachings. Because that's the nature of it. It can't be but that. All right. So, Nigudham. There is this. Right. Swamiji says, he's joking. He says, one third of the people say that no, this can't be true. All this is illogical stuff. Aham Brahmasmi and all that. How can I be Brahman? Please tell me. Is it possible even? You are the whole. You are the cause of the universe. If somebody says it's illogical, you're wasting your time. Please don't. Already people don't have a high opinion about Sanatana Dharma. The West has made sure that we are all pagans, we are all devil worshippers, everything, all missionaries are coming and already they are doing all this. Now you come and say you are Brahman and all that. It's of no, we don't believe all these things. We're all very advanced intellectual people. Okay. And another third say, no, it's true. It's true, but it's not practical. It's of no use to me. What is the use in knowing that Brahman? etc. All these statements, no use. It may be true though. It's true because it is coming from Shastram. It has to be true. Then another third say that it's true and we know we have to study it also, but we don't have time right now. We are not ready. We're not ready for it yet. So gone. One third plus one third plus one third is equal to one. So it's gone. And so that is the meaning. Nigudha. So many such lokas are there. Kathopanishad also there is a similar shloka. Shravanayapi bahubiryo na labhyaha shrunvantopi bhavo yanna vidyuhu. So there also he says, hey, this subject is like that. It's not even because it's not even a subject. At least if it is a subject, you can offer a course, but it's not a subject at all. Because people are looking for something. We are used to dharma, artha, kama. Therefore, mujhe kya matlab hai? What is the immediate benefit I can get from it? With that mindset, if I look at it, then it will become nigudha. This vidya will become what? Nigudha. Okay? Secret. So Raja Vidya, Raja Guhyam chapter is there in Bhagavad Gita, correct? And so there also Raja Vidya, Raja Guhyam, Pavitramidam Uttamam. Pavitram, but it is Pavitram. It is the most Pavitram. Why? Nahi jnanena sadrisham pavitramiha vidyate. Bhagavad Gita, all these shlokas. So those who have not studied Bhagavad Gita, it's okay. You don't panic, but just understand that these connections are all there. These connections are there. All shastrams we are trying to connect like. All right. There is a chapter in the Bhagavad Gita titled Raja Vidya Raja Guhyam. Means he's giving the name Raja Vidya, the king of all knowledges. I can use the word king of all knowledge. Raja Guhyam, the secret, king of all secrets. What is the secret? Come. Let me tell you a secret. If somebody says, everybody will line up and come. Okay. But here, even after being told, if you don't understand, that means it is the greatest secret. Correct? It's out in the open, but still we don't know. That is what is the meaning here. All right. Nigudham. Then, yeah. He continues. He's Ashwalayana is not ordinary. Yaya. Yaya means what? By which Vidya, Brahma Vidyaya, Varishtaya, Brahma Vidyaya. That Vidya, by which, what is the why? What will I get out of knowing it? Achirat Sarva Papam Vyapohya Parat Param Purusham Yati Vidwan. He's saying Vyapohya. That is the verb here. Vyapohya. Means having destroyed, having removed, having eliminated all papas. Sarva papam vyapohya. And because he's now sure, he knows enough about this Brahma Vidya. This Brahma Vidya is the only thing that can remove all the karmas that is there in my account, which is what is causing all this punarjanma. Because all these janmas, I've been a karta. I've been accumulating punyam papam. Papam punyam. Good deed is if I've done, I have a lot of punya karma in my account, and which if for which to exhaust which I have to be born again only. Good karma also requires birth, and I may be born in a different world. Like that, he knows. Ashwalayana knows. And different world, then afterwards Indra Loka I go. Then what happens? Then punya will get exhausted. Then Kshine Punya Martyalokam Vishanti. Martyalok, ये जो मर्त्यलोक है, भूमि लोक है. So here I have to come back to Bhumi again after having a nice vacation in Indralok. Like this, he knows all that. And so, but here he says, with this Vidya removes all papam. How can it remove all that infinite papam that is out there? It's not possible. How can it be possible? Infinite papam to remove, you have to spend it. But to spend it, you have to live infinite lives also. So it's not like that. The math, you have to stop that math there and you have to say, you know what? The only way to remove the papam and punyam is to understand that I am not a karta at all. The papam and punyam, okay, it belonged to me, all right, but it is belong to the wrong me. The me that I misunderstood is gaining all that papam and punyam. The real me, once I understand my identity with the papam and punyam, goes away completely. Completely goes away. I can't own it up at all. It doesn't belong to me anymore. Like that it is. Like it is like I did a lot of good deeds and I did a lot of papa karma also in my dream. In my dream, suppose I did some things, person, in the dream, person in the dream beat up some nice young people and all that, and then ran away from there. And then the papam has to be there. The police is chasing and he's running, he's hiding. All this is happening in the dream. And he wake up. Wake up, then what happens? Who is going to pay for all those crimes that that person committed in the dream? Nobody needs to pay for it because you're now you're that's a different level of reality. Level of reality. But you can't apply exactly the dream thing here. The only thing you can apply is the identity with the papam and punyam is gone. But if the person in this world, in the waking world, committed some crimes, that person has to pay for it. Pay for it. The law will catch up, and that person may be a jnani, but the jnani has to go to jail. Okay, that will have to happen. Okay, I'm saying what we gain from that example is that the identity is gone. That's it. So no longer karta. Therefore, nothing will stick to me. Na lipyate. Like that we saw in the Bhagavad Gita. So, Yomam Ajamanadim Cha 10.3 Bhagavad Gita. Veti loka maheshwaram asamudasa matyeshu sarva papai pramuchyate. Krishna had said that there. 10.3. Sarva papai pramuchyate. All papas. What are the types of papas? Sanchita karma, prarabdha karma, and agami karma. How do you understand that? All the karma that is still there in the account is called sanchita karma. Sanchi in Telugu, same thing. Sanchi means sanchi to carry. And prarabdha karma, the karma that has fructified from the sanchita to give me this body, that is prarabdha karma, which continues to unfold in this life. That entire life is referred to as the prarabdha karma. And then agami karma, because I'm a karta, I'm a doer, I'm constantly accumulating some benefit, either punyam or papam, because I'm doing, a person is a doer. And so agent of action has to get some result. And that adrishta result is punyam or papam, which is called agami karma, which goes back and mixes up with the sanchita karma. New karma created is called agami. Prarabdha is that which is unfolding. Sanchita is still there in the account. So all these karmas, vyapohya, sarva papam, he uses the word papam here. You can say punyam also. Sarva punya pape vyapohya. Okay. Papam alone can't go. It's not possible. Papam and punyam together will go. Okay. Sanchita identity gone. Agami not there because agency is gone. Then prarabdha is there, continues. Prarabdha gone means what? Person disappears. Fortunately, person doesn't disappear. If the every people jnanis disappear, then everybody will say, okay, this Bhagavad Gita and all bit dangerous because after studying I may disappear. There will be no student and the teachers won't also exist because they have disappeared. So there's no question of Sadashiva Samarambham and all not possible. And so that means what? The identity with the prarabdha is gone. Therefore, let the body take its own course, and the jnani does not identify with the body like he or she used to identify. All right. Sarva papam vyupohya. Uh, Achirat sarva papam vyupohya. Okay. He's saying, yeah. By that Brahma Vidya, what does it do? Sarva papam vyapohya. I'll come to Achirat later. Parat param purusham yati vidwan. That person is called a vidwan because the person knows. Once the person knows, that person is a vidwan. Jnani, Panditaha. So all these words can be used for that person. And Parat Param Purusham Yati. Yati means gains. That person gains. Purusham Yati. Purusha is an important word in our study. Purusham Yati. So, Purusham, we saw the meaning in one class, I think. I forgot if it is this class. But Purusha is an important word which has 2, 3 meanings. I'll tell you some meanings. Purau Ushati iti Purushaha. Purau. So this body is referred to as Puri. Puri means what? A city. 9-gated city. Navadvare Pure Dehi. Like that Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita. Naiva Kurvanna Karayam. Like that he says. So this body is called Deha. Then the person, there is as though somebody who is living in this body. That somebody is called Purushaha. Purau Ushati. In this city. The one who lives in this city. Or one who sleeps in the city. Ushati, sleeps. Shete, sleeps. Purishete, sometimes they say. So one who, the indweller of this body. That is the meaning of that. And that is what Purushaha. All right. Another meaning for Purushaha. Sarvam Purayati iti Purushaha. Sabko pura karta hai. That which fills up the entire universe is Purushaha. Sarvam Purayati. And where is Atma not there? Where is Brahma not there? No such thing exists. And so that is also called Purushaha. Therefore, he says, Saha Vidwan Purusham Yati. Purusham Yati gains the Purusha. That is the only way to gain Purusha. How do you gain Purusha? Not by being close to Purusha. Being, oh, now finally I've come visited you. It's been so long. We've not met for a long, long time. Not that kind of meeting it is. Can't be like that because Brahman is all pervasive. There's no question of meeting Brahma or getting Brahma or accomplishing. Accomplishing here is purely knowledge. Cognitively, I understood. Who am I? So that Purusham. And he is giving an adjective to this Purusha. It's Purusha which is Parat Param. Param. Param is the word. And then Parat Param. Parat Param. So, very common word, phrase in Advaita Vedanta. Parat Param. And so, Parameshwara, there is a song. Paparasam Shivan's classical music song is there. Parat Para Parameshwara. Like that, there's a song. Parameshwara. Parameshwara. Anyway, it song goes like that. So, Parameshwara, that Paratpara is what? Para means superior. Paratpara, a superior to Para. Hey, this is a very unique thing. Superior to the superior. What is this? What kind of language is it? Hey, Parat means Maya Yaha. Compared to Maya, also superior. Maya. Maya means Prakriti. Apara Prakriti. Okay, Prakriti and Purusha, these two go together. Maya and Parameshwara go together. And this whole creation, we say, was created by Brahman. Hey, Brahman cannot create because Brahman is Akarta and Nirgunam. He can't create anything. And so, what Brahman needs in order for the creation to happen is Maya. Without Maya, Brahman can't even be a Sakshi. We say Brahman is Sakshi, observing everything. Even to observe everything, Maya is required to create that everything. And Maya requires Brahma because without Brahma, Maya does not exist. Existence is provided by Brahma. Okay, for Maya to do her job, she needs Brahma. So Ishvara, Parameshwara is needed. So that's the idea here. Parat Paraha. So Parat, Maya Yaha, compared to Maya, also superior. Somewhere we saw these things. We saw all this in Katha Upanishad, we saw also. Indriyani, Indriyani paranyahu, Indriyebhyah param manaha, manasastu para buddhihi, yo buddhe parasastu saha. Mahatah paramam vyaktam. Avyaktat purusha paraha. Purusha naparam kinchit. Sa kashta sa paragatihi. Like this we saw in Bhagavad Gita and also in Katha Upanishad. In 8th chapter we saw this Prakriti was described. भूमिरापो नलो वायुः खं मनो बुद्धिरेव च अहंकार इति यम्मे भिन्ना प्रकृतिरष्टदा 7.3 if you want to make a note. 7th chapter 3rd shloka. He says, hey, who is this? There are two things in this universe. One is apara prakriti, another is para prakriti. He uses a different language. Apara prakriti is this parat here, parat. There is apara prakriti there. What is apara prakriti? Bhuvihi, apaha, analaha, vayuhu, kham. Okay, it should not be a surprise now. Same thing. Panchabhutas are described. Prithvi, Bhumi. He starts from Prithvi and comes down to Akash. Bhumihi, Bhumira, Apo, Nalo, Anal. Anal bolte hai na. That is this Agni. Vayuhu, kham. Come is not come, come here, please come here. Come means akashaha. Come, kaha. That's where you get the word khag, khagaha. In Hindi you have khag. For pakshi, bird, it's called khag. Akashe gachati iti khagaha. Khe gachati iti kaha. जो आकाश में जाता है उसको कह कहलाता है. Khag. That's a derivation of khag. Anyway, that's the word kha he uses. Bhagavad Gita mein Krishna is using that word. Bhumira purnalo Vayuhu. Kham mano buddhi revacha. Then manas and then buddhi. Okay. And then ahankara iti yamme bhinna prakriti rashtada. So he includes ahankara and says, this is called, this universe is ashtada. It is a eightfold universe. Like that he says. It's a it's a way to describe the world. So it's a model of the world. Ramana Maharshi also says that. Ashtamurti Brit Deva Pujanam. That he says. And so there's a lot to talk about all this. And then next shloka, 7.4, I think, or 7.3, he says, Apare yamitastvanyam. Apare yamitastvanyam. Okay, this is called Apara Prakriti, but there is another Prakriti. Vidhime Param. It's called Para
Prakritim
Prakriti.
vidhi me param.
Prakritim Vidhime
Vidhi me
Param.
param. Jiva
Understand
bhuta
that.
mahabha.
Understand that to be this Para Prakriti. This is Apara Prakriti, I told you. Then Jiva Bhuta Mahabaho. Okay, so he says,
Yayedam dharyate jagat.
Yayedam Dharyate Jagat. Hey, the universe that I talked to you about, which is Apara Prakriti, who is sustaining that universe? That is called Para Prakriti. That is me. Like that he says. Then is there something better than this? See, if B is better than A, how long will it take for you to find out that C better than B? Always better can always be improved, you know. Then he says in the I think fifth shloka or something, he says, Mattah parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya. Hey, there's nothing. I am existence, that's it. There's nothing more than existence. Satyam jnanam anantam brahma. Do you exist or not? Yeah, I exist. That existence is what supports this body, this mind, this sense complex. And by the way, that existence is who I am. Hey Arjuna, I means Ishvara. I am also that same existence only. All that we saw. All right. We don't need to repeat all that, but good to recall all these things. So Parat Param Purusham, that Purusha which is Parat Param, I know. Ashwalayana is saying, I know all this. But I need to understand. I just know it because I heard all these things before. But you need to explain this to me. Adihi Bhagavan. That's what he's saying. Okay. And this Sarva Papam Vyapyohya, there is another shloka you can make a note. 5th chapter in Bhagavad Gita, 15th shloka also is there. Nadate kasyachit papam nachaiva sukritam vipuhu. A ajnanena avartam. Okay, this vipuhu, the jnani, what happens? Nadate kasyachit papam. This papam can never stick to the jnani. Neither can punyam stick to the jnani. Sukritam. Like that he says, Vibhuhu Atma. So nothing can stick to that jnani like that. That's a beautiful shloka. 5.15. All right. So, so Paratparam Purusham Yati. Yati means gains. We saw that. And then, uh, when does all this happen? When does all this happen? Which world do I have to go to in order to get all these things? And he says, Achirat. Achirat. Yajnavalkya is not ordinary guy. He knows so much. Achirat. Because this whole thing is a quotation of Ashtalayana, right? And so, Achirat Sarva Papam Vyapokya. Chiram means after some time. The minute somebody says after some time, it's like our Indian government office. Kal aavo, they will say. Kal aavo? That's it. Then you know that there is a problem. That means enough. That's it. Oh, I have to come with cash. That is the meaning of this. And kal aavo. Kal aavo. That's it. One day you are going to get the job done. Wow. And then you're very lucky. And then you go, kal aavo. Like an innocent guy, you go to the office again. And then I came yesterday. You remember all these things? कौन है बताइए? Tell me, who are you? And you have to start from your Gotra onwards. You have to give all your biodata. You have to give it. Okay. I said, yesterday only you asked me to come today, right? Oh, I see. Okay, okay. Nah, they are Saab nahi hai. So he's not here. Somebody is not there because you need this series of signatures. This is a big bane in this country. They talk about signature and they ruin the whole country by just signing, signing, signing. And time is just wasted constantly. And so like this chira, this is called chirat. Chirat means we don't know when this process is going to end. And finally, you get a load of cash, then everything will get done. So, so this is called chirat. This is an unending process. Achirat, he says, without any delay. Without any delay means what? Without any delay means what are you saying? Can you explain that? Yeah. Hey, this is not like you have to dig a well and then get water out of it. It's a big process. It is not like making your children go to school and all that. It's a big process. It is not like all these things which take many, many years and many janmas also sometimes. Hey, yeah, it depends on the preparation of the mind, no doubt. But this guy is a prepared guy. That guy knows a lot. He just needs somebody to teach him. I know the superficial details I know. Superficially, I know it. At least superficially, I know. And but I have to really study. I've never spent studying all this. And so, hey, this is this is this is what? An as though problem, which is going to be solved by an as though teaching to gain what is an as though moksha. Why? This is too much. What are you saying? Hey, already I gave the example. I don't know if I gave it in this class or not. These three classes, I'm now not sure which example I gave where. So you may excuse me if I say something again. So this guy, glasses example, did I give or not? The Kuchu glasses example. Okay, many people are nodding there. Okay, so the guy is searching for his glasses, and he's searching for his glasses means how long he has to search. How long he has to search. If he doesn't go to a guru, he will have to search forever. Correct. But if he has a right guru who is saying, okay, come on, boy, I'll teach you all these things, and then there is something called Veda, which is a mirror of words. It's going to show you who you really are. And then how long does it take for this person to look at himself in the mirror? And the minute the person looks at the mirror, then what is all this? Looks at the mirror. How long? Tell me. Nothing. It doesn't take long at all. It doesn't take long. Why? Because over. What I've been searching for, I got. Ajnana nivritti has happened. When that my ignorance is gone, that's it. There is no weight, nothing. There is no need for any karma to be done. So he's saying, I know this thing. This is very unique. And so that is why he says, Achira, confidently, he says. Ashwalayana says, Achirat, without any delay, Achirat, Paratvaram Purusham Yati Vidwan. Okay. All right. So this is, and you have the translation also with you. So that job also I don't have. Normally in the Bhagavad Gita, I used to give a translation. So now I don't have to dictate all this to you. You don't have to write all this. But if you want, those of you, you can practice writing it yourself, your understanding of it, and then just send it in the WhatsApp message. Okay. WhatsApp is another thing. WhatsApp is one thing where it doesn't archive anything. So you send it, and after some time it disappears. The message will just disappear. It will be gone. Nobody knows who did, what did, nothing. That's one good thing about WhatsApp. I think. Those days, emails and all we used to save, messages. You deleting emails and all is a very big thing. How come? Maybe I need this email. All these thoughts will come. With WhatsApp, that problem is not there at all. That's it. It's gone. It just vaporizes shortly. So no problem. So we'll go ahead and do that. So this is Ashwalayanas request to Brahmaji. Now we are going to look at the next. तस्मै सहोवाच पितामहश्च
तस्मै स हवोच पितामहस्य
श्रद्धा भक्ति ध्यानयोगादवैः
श्रद्धा भक्ति ध्यानयोगादवैः
तस्मै सहोवाच पितामहश्च
तस्मै स हवोत पितामहस्य
सहोवाच
तहोवाच
तस्मै सहोवाच पितामहश्च
तस्मै स हवोत it is in English, that's why तस्मै स हवोच पितामहश्च
श्रद्धा भक्ति ध्यान योगादवैः
श्रद्धा भक्ति ज्ञान योगा
ध्यान योगात्
ज्ञान योगात्
अवैः
अवैः.
Yeah. Okay, so this uvacha, at least some words now, even the non-Sanskrit people, now they can identify some patterns here. Sahovacha is there here. And in the previous shloka also, the first line ended with uvacha. Same thing, uvacha word, that verb is there here. So, saha uvacha. That's what is said here. Saha ha uvacha. That's the way to split this. Okay. Tasmai saha ha. This notebook. Correct. Tasmai saha ha uvacha. Uvacha is the verb. Who uvacha means said. Who said saha? Saha. Saha means what? It can be Ashwalayana, it can be Brahmaji also. But here you have to assume this has to be Brahmaji, because what's coming is all, everything is an answer given to the question. Therefore, that Saha refers to Parameshti, Bhagavan, using the words in the first mantra, right? All right. Ha uvacha. Ha means, this word ha is a particle in Sanskrit. It's an indeclinable particle, avyayam. It can mean many things based on the context. So here you can say, indeed, he said. Indeed means what? Indeed means the guru, now is a guru, was happy that here is a person who recognized the problem. That itself is a huge step, and has come forward. Therefore, I am ready to teach. Becoming ready to teach, Brahmaji saha tasmai uvacha. To whom did he say? Tasmai, to him. To him. So him means to Ashwalana, Ashwalayana. Ashwalayanaya Vacha. That is the name. And who is that Saha? Who is that Brahmaji? Pitamaha. That is an adjective to Saha. Pitamaha. So, what does the translation say here? The grandfather. Literal meaning of Pitamaha is grandfather. And Brahmaji being Prathama Jaha, first born. So he is really the grandfather of everybody. So father of everybody, great grandfather of everybody, grandfather of everybody. So that's a general name which refers to the person who in whose eyes there is well-being of everybody. The grandfather, grandmother of the family, they are the ones who have seen so much. And so, if at all there are people who really know what's what, it must be them only. So, Pitamahascha, all right. So, he says, Avaihi, Avaihi. Avaihi is Chandasam. The actual word, grammatically correct word should be Avehi, Avehi. It's not a printing mistake. Avaihi is not printing mistake. But because it's an Upanishad coming from the Veda, we say it is not, we don't say it is wrong. We say it is Chandasam. Chandasam means what? In the Upanishad, you will find words which may not appear, which appears to be grammatically incorrect. But we correct ourselves in our understanding, we correct it and say it is Avehi. So, like that, we have to analyze. And Sanskrit students in Gatau, and then Ihi is the word there. So lot lakara, madhyama purusha ekavachanam, then avapurvaka ihi, and then ava ihi becomes avehi. That's how we should derive this word. But anyway, avehi means what? No, vidhi, jano, jano, come to know. Okay, you understand whatever you want to know. You know by what? Shraddha, bhakti, and dhyana yoga. Shraddha yoga, dhyana yoga, I mean bhakti yoga, and dhyana yoga. He's using three words. You put the word yoga to each of this. Yoga means a means, a discipline. The discipline of Shraddha, the discipline of Bhakti, the discipline of Dhyana. Like that is giving an answer. When three things like this come, immediately we go to what is called Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Yeah. And there also Yajnavalkya tells three things. He says, there he's teaching. I think many of you know the story. Does anybody not know the story of Yajnavalkya and Maitreyi and Katyayani? If you don't know the story, raise your hand. Okay. There are several hands that are raised. Okay. So, Yajnavalkya was a king, famous king of India, Bharat. And he did great. And then he decided one fine day that he had two wives, and Katyayani and Maitreyi. And he decided one day to just like Ashvalayana, he wanted to go. And he wanted to just withdraw from this life and then pursue this moksha. And you might think, oh, two wives, one wife itself, there is a problem. Two wives means twice the problem, no? So that's why he wants to run away. No, no, not that kind of running away. A very happily married guy he was. And everything, people are happy, everybody is happy and so happy. So he said, I want to divide the kingdom into two halves and then I will, I want to withdraw. And so Katyayani said, okay, that's not a problem. I'll take care of things. Give me the half. Maitreyi says, Maitreyi is probing. She's asking probing questions. She's asking, you're saying that you want to, look, governing a country is not easy. And your subjects, your people are all happy. There is no country like Bharat Desha. And people are prosperous. There is no shortage of anything. And your governance is first class. There are no enemies. Enemies are always there. But enemies also, you take care of them, however they should be taken care of. And you are saying you want to leave this country? Is that what you say? He says yes. Yes. You see, you're a happy man also. I know that. And so I can't. You're not leaving because you're unhappy. That also I know. I know you're a happy man. That means I'm going to make a conclusion. The conclusion is that whatever happiness you are getting from this life of living a king, so what you're going for must give you more happiness than this. Is that correct? And he says, you know what? He says, Maitreyi, you're correct. You're correct. So he says that. He says, he appreciates her. He says, yes, you are correct. Okay. Then Maitreyi says, if that's what it is, then I want to know where you're going. Tell me. Because I also want that same thing. Why should I settle for anything less? Like that, she says. And there is a nice, beautiful dialogue. Okay? And he gives her, he gives her many examples, and he says things like, hey, do you love, does the wife love the husband for the sake of the husband? Then, then she says, no, the husband loves, the wife loves the husband for the sake of the wife only. The husband makes the wife happy. That is why the husband she loves the husband. Likewise, other way also, vice versa also, same thing is true. That is why when the husband stops pleasing the wife, means stops making the wife happy, means makes the wife unhappy, then what? They decide to part ways. Why part ways? Because now you don't make me happy, I don't make you happy, then what is the point in living together? That means what? The commitment is to the self. Do people love the king for the sake of the king or for the sake of the people? No, the king is a great king. That is why they love the king. Great king means what? He protects me. He protects my country. That's why I like this king. Like this prime minister. I like the president. Therefore, he gives a big list of things like this. Okay. Nava are patif kamaya patif priyam bhavati. Atmanastu kamaya patif priyam bhavati. Husband is not loved for the sake of the husband. Atmanastu kamaya patihi priya bhavati. The pati, the husband, becomes priyam for atmanastu kamaya. For the sake of the pleased self only, I am committing. Okay. Vittasya kamaya vittam priyam na bhavati. Hey, wealth, you like wealth? Yes, I do like wealth. For whose sake? Wealth's sake, do you like wealth? No, it is only for my sake. Like this, he gives a big list. After giving this big list, okay, Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati, he concludes. Anything you say I like or I don't like, it is all because I like it because it pleases me. I don't like him or her or that because it does not please me. That's it over. He concludes that and he says, Atma va are Maitreyi, are, literally he is using the word are. Atma va are, Shrotavyaha Mantavyaha Nididhyasitavyaha. Once again, Shrotavyaha. Atma must be listened to. Means you have to go to somebody and listen, hear. Upadesh, you have to understand this, what I'm talking about. I gave you an introduction, but that's not enough. You have to understand who you are. Shrotavyaha, Mantavyaha. Mantavyaha, having listened to this, you've got to think it over. You'll have doubts because this is something to be understood, doubts will be there. Something to be believed, there won't be any doubts. God is there in heaven means what doubt you'll have. After death, you are going to go to heaven and you'll be with God. Forever you'll be there. Like that, if somebody says, what doubt will you have? Can you explain what heaven, how does heaven look like? Okay, you can ask these kinds of questions. But in understanding logic, there is no question can't be there. But in understanding, when something, a fact has to be understood, questions will arise. So, Shrotavyaha, Mantavyaha, clarify doubts. Then, Nididhyasitavyaha is what? You have to, once you understand it, you have to go through a process called Nididhyasanam. That is because this message is so huge that it is going to turn the tables completely. Okay, that you have understood it, but somehow the knowledge is as though not helping you. Nididhyasanam. Okay, I'll give you an example and then I'll stop. Okay, example of Nididhyasanam. Okay, Normally, we give the example of, this guy from America coming to India and then getting confused when it comes to the car. He's sitting the taxi and then he thinks that the driver's side is always opposite, India versus US. I give that example. Today, I'll give another example. It's not a glamorous example, but still, I think it's a good example. You can decide if it's good or not. There is a guy called Elie Wiesel. Elie Wiesel. Okay, he's a noted author, speaker, and he's a Holocaust survivor. That means what? He was there in the Nazi concentration camp. Elie Wiesel. You can Google and find out. Okay, and he was in Auschwitz in Poland, and he was also in Buchenwald in Germany. These two camps, he was there. He was a 15-year-old boy, and with his father, he was dragged into this concentration camp. Okay. Now, then comes the time they carted all the Jews and then put them there. Okay, he's a Romanian Jew, Elie Wiesel, and every morning what happens? They give some soup or something, and then they drink soup, and then after that time they will ring the bell. One particular bell is rung, tongue, 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 like that. Then what happened? That bell means it's time for some people to go. Some people will be called, and they all have to go. All of you from this building, come. That's it. They go. Everybody is watching. Nobody knows where they go. They go. They go somewhere. They go to the gas chamber. They are all taken to the gas chamber and they are gassed. And then the dead bodies are removed and then buried somewhere nearby. Just buried. Okay, this is the thing. Elie Wiesel is a boy. He is watching all these things. He's heard all these things and he's scared. And he saw his father go one day. And then his brother was also there. I think, I forget. He has written a book it's called Night, Night. It's a thin book. Okay. And he talks about his experiences. Okay. And the story is very harsh to see all these things and hear all these things. And then anyway, finally, he ends up in New York. He escapes all this, and Russia liberates all these people, and then he ends up in New York. And then he writes this book and all that. He says in that book, whenever this bell rings, tongue, okay, his body just, he can't handle it. The muscles are all jerking like this. Whenever he hears the bell, even in New York, when he hears the bell, his body is jerking. Why? Because of the memory. Because of the memory of all these people getting gassed and father getting gassed, brother dying, and so many people in front of him. Okay. And so that bell, he cannot handle the sound of the bell. Even though the bell came from the railway station, New York railway station bell. There is no gas chamber anywhere in New York. Neither is there a gas chamber anywhere in the world. There is no risk of dying of getting gassed. Okay. Still, the body is jerking like this. Why? Because of all that past memory, the past life that has been led, it is like that. So what does this Elie Wiesel has to do to free himself from this trembling and jerking? He has to do nididhyasana. He has to tell himself. He has to tell himself. He has to remind himself the facts. What are the facts? I am in New York. These bells are there everywhere. Some people ring the bell. Railway stations have these bells. They will ring. The bell should not be connected to some kind of a traumatic event. Those traumatic events, yes, it was there. And the bell is what causing me that. But now there is no reason to cause that fear. Like that, he has to remind himself about the facts. Remind until a point where he can even look at the bell and he can even go ring the bell. Correct? He can even go ring the bell if he wants to. Fearless. And so that is called nididhyasana. Nididhyasana means what? Nothing new. Knowledge is already gained. But we have to remind ourselves of this new fact, unfolded fact, until all the symptoms go away. We'll continue this discussion. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.